Welcome back to Momentum Boost. I'm your host, Adrienne Gold Davis, and I'm delighted that you're joining me tonight. One of my greatest sources of joys, and something I'm eternally grateful for, is the depth and the brilliance of Jewish wisdom. So it informs and it inspires my life. It helps me make choices that serve me well, and I hope build a better world. So there's this powerful teaching from Rabbi Yisrael Salanter. He was the founder of the modern Mussar, or Jewish ethical mindfulness movement. And here's what he said. He said, when I was a young man, I wanted to change the world, but I found it was difficult to change the world, so I tried to change my country. When I found that I couldn't change my country, I began to focus on my town. However, I discovered that I couldn't change the town either. And so as I grew older, I tried to change my family. Now as an old man, I realized the only thing I can change is myself. And if I had, I could have made an impact on my family. And my family and I could have made an impact on our town. And that in turn could have changed the country, and indeed could have changed the world. So to improve the lives of others, we need to improve ourselves. We need to be the change we wish to see. We need to, as we're calling this tonight, fix ourselves first to repair the world. So the Mussar movement is an ancient Jewish practice of boosting one's joy, gratitude, and capacity to help others through spiritual awareness and character refinement. Ruchi, I'm going to give you the final words, final thoughts, inspiration, ideas, impetus.
Okay. I did grow up with an awareness of Mussar from the time I was a young child. And so I think that for me, the excitement has been teaching Mussar to people who, like you, are like, what? I never heard of this. Like, I thought Judaism was about a Passover Seder and lighting Shabbat candles and bagels and lox on Sunday morning. What is this thing called Mussar? There are different paths towards spirituality in Judaism, right? As my friend Neely Cousin says, there's many paths up the mountain. So if you're cerebral and academic, Judaism has a path for you. If you're social and connective, Judaism has a path for you. And there's another path, and there are, again, various paths, but this is the path that truly speaks to me more than any other. And that is the path towards spirituality, specifically through the modality of refining our character. For me, one of the revolutionary things about character improvement is the concept that I have control over my character. I'm not a victim of the character, the personality traits that I was born with, even if they're clearly genetic. But yet I have a responsibility, and indeed it's a liberation that I can get control of that train and drive it to a new destination. So that being a path towards spirituality, I think also is a disconnect for a lot of people, because it's like, well, I'm not spiritual, I'm just being a nice guy. Like, aren't you just supposed to be a nice guy? But no. That is where spirituality is, in those interactions. But one of my favorite things about Mussar is that spirituality is in the mundanity. It's in those moments. It's in the grocery store. It's in the carpool line. It's definitely on the road. It's when you're paying your bills. We think of spirituality as something that's done with meditation or solitude or transcendentalism. But Judaism, through the Mussar lens, teaches that actually your spirituality exists in the most profoundly mundane moments, and how you handle them and surmount them, that is the path to spirituality. As a final message, really, I would like to say that in my teaching, I have sort of coined a phrase called a Mussar moment. And a Mussar moment is a moment where you might have used to call it a trigger, right? Oh, I'm feeling really triggered right now. But it's a total reframe when you call it a Mussar moment, because then you say to yourself, oh, well, this is a trigger, but it's also an opportunity for me to refine my character. And that really changes everything. So I would just say that as the next time you feel yourself getting triggered, angry with someone, aggravated, annoyed, is to just stop and say, hey, I'm having a Mussar moment. It's like a senior moment, but better. It's an opportunity for me to refine my character, because that's the discomfort and the friction that's telling me where my curriculum is.
From myself, Adrienne Gold Davis, and all of us at Momentum, on behalf of Ruchi and all of the brilliance that you learned tonight, I'd like to invite you to remember that as we learn and grow and develop our characters together, that the highest form of wisdom will always be kindness. Good night.